close.
Close, right?
Want to have them floating around anymore.
Sorry for the last minute request. Is there any way you can make an announcement in the bar that the parade is starting? Question mark. If not, no worries. We got it on the list for next year.
That'd be lovely. Yeah, that'd be lovely. Because I'm gonna keep my eye on him and Colin, and the boats are coming this way or this way.
They're coming in this way.
Okay, good. That's good. Okay.
Yeah, so they're
Good to know.
coming in this direction.
So do they know is that what Colin's doing? Okay.
Ready to go, Colin? Ready to go.
You can't see any of them yet, so they'll be coming down the fairway probably.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna as soon as I see a little Abby hit the fairway, I'll get started. Can I start? I mean, if they're going to be, I can actually start talking about them before they. I don't need to be here when they hit.
Right, they're going to just do the salute here.
Yeah. So I start talking about them when they start kicking. Yeah. Especially if I've got time and.
If you want me to hold those, I can. So.
Yeah. Okay, little Abby's just starting to come down the fairway. She's just at the gap.
Mic tips. When you hold it, it actually does seem to be pretty close as well.
Okay, I can swallow. Yeah. I'm standing back on purpose not to have it so loud.
I can stand on this side of you so you can tell.
Just shuffle paper your way.
I don't think so. I'm not going to say anything.
Well, we haven't really been talking on it yet.
Where's little Abby?
I'm looking for him. There he is. He's right there. He's just passing the red boom.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to wait till he gets further down the building.
Can you come up?
Good afternoon, everybody. We're just waiting for the little Abby to come down the fairway, and we'll just get started here in a moment. Thank you. Project. It's a theater now.
What? Oh, do you?
Yeah, I have a design technical theater degree.
Ah, so that's how white you were now.
Yeah, no, it was all the backstage stuff. I wasn't
I know, but
actually a front man.
yeah, but no, that's what he said. You
Ted, yeah, exactly.
and you understand each other.
Exactly.
Because doesn't he do the tech stuff?
Yeah, he's a rigger. Yeah, for many years. Yeah.
So why do they get to be able to
I think we help Well, any way you like me to. Right now I just took on Sea Scouts, so that might be enough for a little bit.
Sea Scouts and NAVCOM.
Yeah, that's enough for now.
Do you know Nolani's thing? You know Nolani?
I've met her today, yeah.
Okay, Nolani, just in case you
Lonnie and
announce who's
Gray.
on it.
Write things down. These are boatswain. Boatswain? 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 Boatswain. Boatswain.
I know
All right,
it's
Maureen.
spelled boatswain. but it's
Boatswain.
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 All those silly
All
nautical
right,
terms.
we're gonna get started here. She's just getting.
All right, the lobby's coming.
Here, stand here.
Donnie, please don't. I need you to do a good job.
Go ahead and get started.
Okay. Good afternoon, members, guests, friends. On behalf of the flag officers, I welcome you to our annual Columbia Yacht Club Fleet Review. My name is Tom McDonough, and I will be your host today for this special occasion. Today we celebrate one of the oldest maritime traditions in the world, a celebration and passing a review of vessels before the club, officers, and fellow mariners. Every boat passing today carries a story of adventure, friendship, competition, service, and love of the water. Columbia Yacht Club traces its roots back to 1892. Through generations of sailors, cruisers, racers, Sea Scouts, instructors, volunteers, the club has a rich tradition on the Chicago waterfront. Today's fleet represents that tradition in all forms. First up, Little Abbey, a 1967 Chris Craft and one of two vessels that belong to the Columbia Yacht Club itself. Little Abbey has served Columbia for several seasons as the official race committee boat, stationed at the start line for every beer can race and regatta that goes out from this harbor. Her name is a tribute to the flagship outright, Big Abbey, making Little Abbey the only other boat to sail under the club's colors. She is crewed by volunteers and members who give their time so to make racing possible. Her most important crew is Nemo, the guard offset mark. Her pre-race ritual is representing the sailing instructions.
2, 1.
Please join us in welcoming Little Abbey. Thank you, race committee. The next boat approaching is Mirage, the Columbia Yacht Club sailing Sea Scout vessel. This 42-foot Beneteau, built in 1985, represents a design lineage respected around the world for combining sailing performance and capable cruising. Mirage is simply not a boat in itself. Mirage serves as a home of Columbia Yacht Club Sea Scout Ship 5111, a youth leadership and maritime training program where youth learn how to navigate seamanship, maintenance, teamwork, and leadership through hands-on experience. This year marks a new leadership transition of Gray Walsh, who assumes the role of Sea Scout skipper, following the outstanding service from Jem Engon. The Scouts themselves plan the voyages, develop skills necessary to safely operate this boat on Lake Michigan. Please also join us in saluting Nolani, who's our boatswain, on board as well today. Thank you for recognizing Mirage and the volunteers who support the Sea Scout program and the future of sailing.
Yes! Out!
Brad's coming right behind him, so you'll have to do that real
Yep.
quick as soon as we salute.
Oh, he is. Oh, I missed him around the corner. Next boat up is Rat Race, a 2022 $1.24 in her first season at Columbia Yacht Club and one of the most talked about new vessels in the fleet. Rat Race came to Chicago the hard way. Her owners, Brad and Gretchen, purchased the boat in Marina del Rey, California, and spent a week living aboard before sailing it to Santa Monica and loading it onto a flatbed truck and trucked it across country to Lake Michigan. The story The name of the boat has a story in itself. Brad originally wanted to call the boat Rat Bastard, inspired by their love of Banksy's iconic rat graffiti art. But Gretchen said no. They met in the middle and named it Rat Race. As a proper renaming ceremony was held, and they have not looked back. Brad came to sailing early. Both he and Gretchen deepened their connection to the sport when they joined Columbia in 2016. They are this boat's entire crew for now, as their plans evolve. Please welcome Rat Race. Next up is Daystar, a 1993 sailor, Sabre 42, joining Columbia in her first season, and whose boat's origin says something about the sailor who brought it here. Daystar is, as her skipper Jeff Boyle describes her, a homesick New England boat finding her roots in Chicago.
Go Rat Race!
Jeff has been sailing with his father since he brought home a beat-up 10-foot wooden dinghy in the late 70s, a boat he and his sister, by their own account, were generally terrified would sink. The dinghy is still in the family and is in the garage. Jeff has come so much further since then. Last September, Daystar's crew made passage to St. Joseph, Michigan, spending nearly a week in the West Basin. And a night crossing before that, Jeff found himself illuminated by the spotlight of a 1,000-foot oar carrier, hailed him on VHF, and was told to hold course. Again, welcome Daystar. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Thank you, Blues Brothers. Body's live. Excellent. And next up is Advocate, a 2005 Catalina 34 with 8 years of service with Columbia Yacht Club, a boat whose name was given by a lawyer, kept by a retired couple, and turned into something entirely their own. Kathy and Patrick are proof of exactly that. They came to sailing at retirement, entering through a leasing program, and spent 5 years learning the fundamentals, becoming into their own ownership. Welcome, Advocate.
Thank you.
Next up, Hail Mary, 1984 Hunter 34 with 7 years of service Columbia, a boat whose name works on 3 levels simultaneously, which is exactly the kind of efficiency a sailor likes. Her owner, Bertram Allen, is no newcomer to boats. Hail Mary is his 6th, following a progression that began at age 18 in Lake Travis in Austin, Texas, where he first learned to sail on a Venture Cat. Welcome, Hail Mary. Next up, Kraken, a 1979 Erickson 34 at 4 years of racing with Columbia Yacht Club. Nick, the owner, has come into sailing through his own initiative. He purchased a dinghy in Wisconsin and taught himself how to sail over YouTube. And then, in his words, quickly fueled an adult hobby with adult funds, purchasing a boat. His most memorable race to date has involved winning while unaware the boat was taking on water below deck. The most crucial crew member aboard Kraken is the Snacktician. Welcome, Kraken.
Nice food, Nick.
Next up is Water Music, a 1984 Catalina 30 in her 2nd season with Columbia Yacht Club. A boat whose name reaches back centuries to George Friedrich Handel's Water Music Orchestra, performed before King George during a royal procession on the River Thames. Jacob owns a boat and sails water music on Lake Michigan, having come to the sport through one of sailing's most time-honored traditions, the right introduction at the right moment by the right person. Welcome, Water Music. Next up, Collective Aspiration, a 1988 Trojan Bertram 50 with 18 years with the club. one of the largest and most recognizable boats in our procession today. Her name tells the story of her origins. She began as a shared dream among a group of friends who pooled their resources and their ambitions to own a boat together. The collective part of the name was entirely intentional. Welcome, Collective Aspiration. Next up, Life's a Dance, a 2,727 with 6 years with the club. A boat whose name comes with her, whose home is H-Dock, and whose owner has made the most of every season they've been aboard. Kristen took sailing lessons right here at Columbia Yacht Club, earned her keelboat certification through the club sailing school, and then during the pandemic, when the answer to uncertainty was, just be on the boat. Welcome, Life's a Dance. Next up, Danu, a 1990 Erickson 26 with 6 years with the Columbia Yacht Club. A boat named for a goddess and sailed like one. Danu is an ancient Celtic deity of rivers and flowing water, a figure of source of many things in Irish mythology, and the name the sailors will feel for the sea and have chosen for generations for boats they love. William Haas has sailed Danu exclusively from New York Harbor to Nantucket along the East Coast and along the breadth of Lake Michigan. A boat that has covered that kind of water and that kind of variety has earned the name she carries. Welcome, Danu. Or Danu? Danu? Yeah. The next vessel to pass for us, Cuddy's Ark. Cuddy's Ark represents one of the most extraordinary achievements in the club's history, having been around over 40 years. This year marks her 50th Chicago to Mackinac race, the longest annual freshwater race in the world. No other vessel has achieved this distinction. And so the boat itself will earn its Master Mariner. She is named for her original owner of Chester Cutner, who began sailing the boat in 1963 after graduating from the Illinois Institute of Technology and got here through the years. Welcome, Cuddy's Ark. Up next is Bloody Mary, a 1986 Pearson 30 with 16 years with Columbia Yacht Club. A boat with a name that has become part of club lore, and a new owner has no intention of changing it. This particular hull came to the current owner through previous owner Dan Cooley, who purchased it when she was called Red. Found the name insufficiently interesting for the boat with a red-colored scheme, and Linda Ziegler's own description of that he's a troublemaker renamed the boat Bloody Mary. She has become a legend at the club. Welcome, Bloody Mary. Up next, Manu, a 1999 CNC Cert 36 in her second year at Columbia Yacht Club. A boat with a deep racing pedigree and a name from Beirut, and a photograph embedded in the fabric of Chicago. She is named for a harbor cat from the Automobile Touring Club de Liban, a yacht club in Lebanon. A figure known for fierce loyalty and instinctive competition on the sea. Manu is also a French word for pussycat, and a fact that the crew thoroughly enjoys by either hissing at their competition or purring as they go across the finish line. Welcome, Manu. I love the enthusiasm. The next vessel up is Phoenix, a 1996 PDQ 36 catamaran with 21 years with the club, and the only multi-hull in this year's procession. Brendan and Michelle, with the Honeycutts aboard as well, have sailed Phoenix for Columbia Yacht Club for 21 years and a tenure that speaks for itself. They came to sailing the old-fashioned way by buying a small dinghy with their father and continuing to sail. Their favorite destination is Saugatuck, Michigan. The most essential crew on board is Michelle. Brendan notes that you already knew that. The pre-departure rituals include securing the dogs, Nigel and Lola, and receiving high fives from each one of them. This year, the crew marks 20 years of memories at the club. Please join us in welcoming Phoenix. Hey, puppies. Passing up next, Fresh Out, a Catalina at 30 with 5 years with the club. His name was born out of a pure moment of honest, unfiltered, I don't know what to do. Standing there looking at a blank sheet of paper, not knowing what to write down, he was fresh out of ideas, and hence the name of the boat. She is now homed in Montrose Harbor, equipped with 4 fixed-mount radios, including VHF, UHF, Marine, SSB, and a full ham radio-capable setup. A communication suite only found on an Ocean Passage Maker. Welcome, Fresh Out. Is that apostrophe? Cindy, is that apostrophe next? Okay, thank you. Next up, Apostrophe, a 1985 CNC 33, a boat whose name rendered entirely in lowercase. Is that not apostrophe? It looks like apostrophe. Looks like Dan. Representing the only thing that is missing. Veteran Fleet Review attendees will recognize Dan from the previous owner of Bloody Mary, the Pearson 30, that passed before us earlier, giving him the distinction of contributing to 2 boats this year. Is that?
No, there's a dog.
Oh, it's a I apologize. This is the Sailing School Beneteau. This boat is used by the Sailing School to teach adult sailing. Aboard is Tristan. Our keel boat, header keel boat. And traveling just behind it is our fleet of Colgate 36s, defined by Stephen Colgate as an American Cup sailor, because he couldn't find a good boat to teach sailing on. We use these boats not only for teaching, but also for racing during the year, as well as fall and spring. Welcome, Sailing School. Welcome, Paco. Welcome, Honey Bunny. Welcome, Bronta.
Oh, and we got a tent.
And we got a tender. Okay, we got 2 more Colgates and then apostrophe. Okay.
Yes, they are. Really good job.
It's always been very good except for the one boat that crosses the
All right, ready?
All right, as we let our last Colgate pass us, the boat behind her, that is Apostrophe, owned by Dan Cooley. The name is a philosophical statement about absence and presence, that punctuation has meaning. He quotes the philosopher Frank Zappa on the subject of the name, the crux of the biscuit is the apostrophe. As we welcome Apostrophe. Again, welcome Apostrophe. Our next boat up is Sabbatical in 1984 O'Day 34 with 4 years of Columbia Yacht Club. A boat whose name has become one of the most enviable things you can say at a dinner party, that I'm on sabbatical. Sabbatical came up with their name as the family loved it immediately, and they enjoy telling everybody that they're just on sabbatical. Sabbatical has twice won the club's chili contest over the last 4 years. The propane stove is considered the most important crew member on board because it makes hot coffee in the morning, because you can't have a rum punch too early in the day. Welcome, Sabbatical. Welcome, Sabbatical. Well, you guys are really taking that seriously. As well as that. Next up is Blizzard, a Tartan 10 from the 1980s, with 41 years at the club, and a boat with a racing history on these waters that spans many, many years. The furthest the boat has sailed is to Mackinac Island. The favorite destination for the boat is Beaver Island. Their most memorable moment on the boat was meeting his wife, Harriet, another crew member on a different T10, and the rest is history. Their son, Matthew, came on board at 2 weeks and learned how to race through the Opties and came through the sailing program and now holds a captain's license and runs a diving business for cleaning the boat. Welcome, Blizzard. Next up, we have Whisper, a 1987 Express 34 with 27 years with the club and a very accomplished sailing racing record. Whisper has lived up to that description as Tom and Janet Barnes have raced the boat in 21 Max, winning once. Tom himself has completed in 25 Max and Janet in 7. Whisper has won the Columbia Yacht Club Beer Can Race 18 times and has been named Chicago Yacht Racing Boat of the Year twice. Welcome, Whisper. Next up is our own Handsome Pete, owned by Dave Baker, but crewed today by Tom McCarter and his family. Emma and the kids are on board. Tom runs the Dragon Fleet radio, remote control radio program here at the club as well. So if you want to learn how to race a boat, come out and learn how to run a radio controlled boat and have some fun on the water. Welcome, Handsome Pete. Thank you, everyone. As a final vessel completes today's review, we're reminded what a fleet review actually is. Not simply an inventory of hulls and rigs, but a profession of decisions. Every boat out here today represents a decision by someone to pursue a life on the water, to learn what the lake demands, to bring others along with you, and to have fun. Columbia is defined by these people who have a shared love for the water and a combined commitment to preserve the traditions of boating for generations. On behalf of the flag officers, members of Columbia, thank you to every skipper, crew, volunteer, our amazing general manager Nick, and the staff who all made this possible today. Fair winds to all, and thank you for joining us for this year's 2026 Fleet Review. Got it. 7. Thank you very much, everybody. The ceremony down here is concluded, but we will be continuing up in the tent at 7 o'clock. 7:30. Oh, I thought you said 7. I apologize. My fault. Right, the boats got to get back to the dock, and everybody's got to come back up. So there'll be a ceremony starting at 7:30.
And there's food up there.
There'll be food. There's drinks. Obviously, the bar's open. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming out here and your enthusiasm today. For over 20 boats coming through Fleet Review this year. This is fantastic. Thank you so much. Thanks, Dave.
Great job.
Thank you. Thank you.